another video tutorial of Guruji coaching classes. Here we are here in front of you with part 2 of the chapter refraction. So this is video second that you are watching now. So let's continue with the 3 cases of refraction. Yesterday I told you that what is refraction basically, and second question which is very important, why is refraction caused? Okay, don't worry, I will revise that also. Basically, with a refraction is when the incident ray is passing from one medium, see this is medium 1, to another medium. Yes, because the the speed of this light ray is different in different mediums. Yes, the speed of light ray is different in different mediums. It will follow a different speed in medium 1 and the speed would change in medium 2. Yes, I discussed it yesterday also. Because we imagine, suppose for example, let's take the first case, that is from rarer medium, to denser medium. Okay, let me write it more neatly. Rarer medium to denser medium. So what will happen here? In rarer medium, the light ray will be moving with a higher speed, and in denser medium the speed will be decreasing. Yes, the speed will be decreasing. So in this case, what is going to happen, children, which is an important point and we need to remember, that is that when the incident ray is going to fall from a rarer medium to a denser medium, the bending of course will take place. The phenomena of this bending, we call it as refraction. Yes, this we know now. And this angle R, that is the angle of refraction, angle of deviation, and this is angle of incidence. Right, so what is happening here? This incident ray should actually have gone through this way, the pointed ray which you are seeing here. Okay, the ray which has been denoted by a dash. This should have been the actual position or actual direction of the incident ray when there would have been no deviation. Yes, but we have a deviation because of change in medium, because we are flowing from medium 1 to medium 2, so there is a change in the direction. Yes, we see a deviation here, and this denotes the deviation. Yes, and this is called the angle of deviation. This we refer to as angle of deviation. Yes, so here the angle of deviation is created due to this reason. Important thing to notice in this first case is that the refracted ray is shifted towards the normal. Please look into the diagram. This refracted ray is moving. It should have been here and it is moving towards the normal. Children, this is our normal, which is being denoted by N. A dash perpendicular drawn on this plane is a normal. Yes, and this refracted ray has shifted in towards the normal. Yes, this refracted ray has shifted towards the normal. It should have been at this place, but we can see it going nearer to the normal in the case when the light ray moves from rarer medium to the denser medium. Yes, so we have to remember that the refracted ray, yes, the refracted ray is shifted, is bent towards the normal. Very important. This can become a question for our boards also. Bends towards the normal. In which case, children, when it is moving from a rarer medium to a denser medium, right? So few points of revision here. This is the angle of deviation, children. This is the angle of refraction denoted by R. Angle of incidence denoted by I. I am writing here angle of incidence. Yes, this R is your angle of refraction. Angle of refraction. Yes, so all these are depicting your angle of incidence is C. Now we have to notice one more change here, that angle of incidence is greater. Angle of incidence is greater and this angle of refraction is smaller. In first case, angle of incidence is greater, so I am writing it here. Angle I is greater than is greater than angle R. Yes, angle I is greater than angle R, and therefore for finding the angle of deviation, we subtract R, angle R from angle I to get the value of angle of deviation, but only in case when the light is moving from rarer to denser medium, right? So what is happening? Let's have a revision again. We are moving from a rarer medium to a denser medium. Yes, and we observe a deviation in this case. Deviation is due to change in speed of light ray in medium 1. Yes, it moves to medium 2, the speed changes. Yes, now you have to comment me in the comment box and you will tell me that whether the speed will decrease in the denser medium or it is going to increase. Yes, this is a homework question for you. But now let me clear the doubts of some children, right? So it is going to decrease. Yes, so that is why the speed will decrease. This refracted ray will bend towards the normal and the deviation angle will be found with the help of formula angle I minus angle R. Okay, so I hope the first case is clear to everyone. Yes, now children, we will be continuing with the second case, that is of course moving from denser to rarer medium. Yes, now we are moving from denser medium to rarer medium. Now imagine medium 1 is denser, medium 2 is rarer. Now some opposite conditions will be seen here. Now we have to compare these two situations. Yes, the variables will remain same, children. Angle I is denoted by this line. Yes, angle of incidence, angle of refraction is here. This is angle of deviation only, right? So let's continue. Now we are moving, please remember, we are moving from a denser medium to a rarer medium, right? We are moving from a denser to a rarer medium. So this is our incident ray that is falling on this plane. Yes, our incident ray is falling on this plane. Now what is going to happen here? This incident ray will again suffer a deviation. And why, children? Because speed will be less in denser medium. It will suddenly increase when the light will travel into the rarer medium, right? So now here we observe that angle I is smaller. Yes, angle I is smaller and angle R is greater. Angle R is greater. So let me write it here. Angle R is greater than angle I. Yes, this is for this case, right? So angle R is greater than angle I. Okay. So angle R is greater than angle I. What is going to happen now? How we are going to find the deviation in this case? For finding the deviation, we will subtract the greater angle, of course, from the smaller one. Yes. So we will subtract angle I from angle R and we'll get the angle of deviation here, right? So I hope I'm clear in this case. Let's revise again case 2. So case 2 says our incident ray is moving. It is moving from denser medium to rarer medium, and we know that denser medium the speed will be less speed, and here the speed will increase. Yes, in rarer medium the speed will increase. So what will happen in this case? Very important point. The refracted ray is bent away from the normal. The refracted ray is bent away from the normal. So now what is happening here? The refracted ray is coming here. Now there in that case it was bending towards the normal. Here in this case it will bend away. Can you see this gap, children? It should have been here. But it is going there. So it is moving away from normal. In this case, the refracted ray will move away from normal. So we have to remember this point very nicely. It is moving away from normal and here it is bending towards the normal. This is very, very important, right? So we are finding here angle of deviation by subtracting angle I from angle R. As We know angle R is greater than angle I in this case, right? So now moving to the third and the last case. Yes, so the third case is when the incident ray, this is your incident ray children, which is falling exactly on the normal. Yes, it is falling exactly on the normal. Yes, this is your normal, and over normal your incident ray is also falling. Same if this happens, okay, if the incident ray falls at 90 degrees, so what is going to happen? It will pass undeviated. It will pass undeviated. Please remember important case that the ray is going to pass undeviated. In the refracted ray, you will not see any deviation. The path of ray will remain same. Conditions apply. The incident ray should fall at an angle of 90 degree in medium 1 and it will follow the same direction. Yes, there will be no deviation observed in this case. So, whatever observation or what will be the consequence of this? Yes, we will have angle I equals to 0 degrees. Angle of incidence will be 0 degrees. Angle R, angle of refraction will be 0 degrees. And angle of deviation will be also 0 degrees. Okay, so all the three angles, angle I, angle R and angle delta are going to be 0 degrees. Why? Why children? Because our incident ray is falling on normal at an angle of 90 degree. Yes, because it is falling on this plane at an angle of 90 degree. So it will pass through here without any deviation. It will pass undeviated. Yes, and there will be no change in the path of ray of light. Okay, so now we will be continuing with the next topic, right? Our next topic will be laws of refraction, which we will be doing in the next video. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the video and I was able to make you understand. So if you have any other queries related to this video or you want me to make any video on some particular topic, please tell me in the comment section. And if you like the video, please press like button, share the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.